I'm in my late 30s. I've only been able to save $12,000. Will I ever be able to save enough to retire? This is a question many people might be asking that are this age. On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we love to set up spreadsheets and run numbers for people to show them that it might not be as hopeless, as dire as they might think. What we do is use the returns, actual returns that have actually happened over the last 100 years, and then we simply project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future. Let's look at one of the spreadsheets that we've set up. Let's say somebody, again, has the $12,000 saved up. They're 37 years old. Figure their expenses are $5,000 a month. They're going to be $5,000 a month in today's dollars. It should be $60,000 a year, a solid middle class income for retirement. Let's say they open up their Social Security statement and they're going to get $2,000 a month. And let's say they can save $350 a month. Now, what we do again on this channel is use the returns for the last 100 years. So if we do that, and we look at the actual worst case scenario in the last 100 years, that'd be this column right here. We have the second worst, and we have 90% of the time you'd have these kind of numbers or better. Well, let's go ahead and go down and look and see what you would have after 30 years. If you'd work from age 37 to 67, allowing these funds to grow, after 30 years, you'd have $706,000 in your account if we use the numbers from 1952. Again, these are the worst set of 30-year returns from 1952 on because you're hitting some of these down years right here. Well, let's go ahead and see how this all works out. Second worst would be 1955 numbers where you have 735,000. The median, meaning not the median, but 90% of the time you'd have at least $821,000. The median would actually be 1.132 million. Again, using the numbers for the last 100 years. Also, this is the absolute best case scenario, the last 100 years for a 30-year period. And what we want to look at is this row right here. This shows you how long your money would last given these numbers. Again, this is the worst case scenario. If you had $706,000, came to retirement, and you started withdrawing $7,941, how long would your money last? It would last till age 93. Now, how do we come up with $7,941? We took this $5,000, we increased it by an inflation rate of 3% over a 30-year period, and you would need $12,136. These are all approximations to have the same buying power as $5,000 in today's dollars. Taking this $2,000, we're increasing that by a COLA. We're going to use this year's COLA, 2.5% Social Security for 30 years. You'd get $4,195. So you'd get 100% of that at age 67. So we got the future expenses, future Social Security. You need $7,941 coming from your nest egg. And here are the numbers that you would actually have. Worst case scenario, your money would last till age 93, 94, not too shabby. Now, I want to consider what's really going on in people's minds today. Will we still have Social Security? Obviously, if you don't have Social Security, watch the numbers. You're running out of money at age 77. So Social Security is so key. But if you see your statement says $2,000 a month, let's just take 75%. They're projecting that if things keep going, you're only going to get 77% of what you promised right now. Let's take 75%. That'd be $1,500. Now you see your money lasting till age 89. This column right here is 90% of the time, using the numbers for the last 100 years, you'd have at least these amount. So 90% of the time, you'd have this kind of money, at least. And if you started taking out this kind of money, you'd run out of money at age 89 if you started at age 67. I want you to watch something, though. We make one minor little change. See how this changes. Again, these over here are kind of the outliers. These are the worst case scenarios. I like to look at this because 90% of the time you'd have at least these kind of numbers or better. Running out of money at age 89. Watch what happens if we increase this $350 a month by just 3% a year over the next 30 years. Watch this number 89. Now your money lasts. It basically says you're not going to run out of money. Even these outliers, the worst case scenarios, your money's lasting to 103 and 105. Why? Because you're putting in a little bit more each month. Don't really recognize it that much. It's not that painful. You're going $350 a month, $361. But did you see the difference that made? Okay, let's go if you want to retire a year earlier. What happens? Let's go to age 65, 2 years earlier. Say you want to not work till 67, but just 65. What happens? That means there's 2 less years for these numbers to compound. But something else you need to take into account, you don't get 100% of your Social Security anymore. You only get 86.7% of what you would have gotten if you waited till age 67. Again, we're going with the reduced amount, planning on Social Security, uh, trust fund running out, and maybe only getting 75% of what you're currently promised. Then what do we show? Now your money's running out at age 81, 10% of the time. 90% of the time be lasting until age 81. These are the numbers going down through here. What happens if we just increase it $400 instead of $350 a month, go to 400. Now it's going to age 90. See that difference of $50 made? How about 450? Gets you to age 99. Going from 350, running out of money at age 81. Again, this is just 10% of the time. 90% of the time, your money be lasting at least this long, if not longer. But I like to show you the kind of the worst case scenarios. If we did a success rate of 80%, then your money lasts till age 91 with this 350. So you can see, but I like to stay at a 10% failure rate and 90% success rate. Then your money's running out at age 81 with $350 a month. $450 a month gets us to age 99. That's if you want to take Social Security at age 65. So again, back to our original question. I'm in my late 30s. I've only been able to save 12,000. Will I ever be able to save enough to retire? When you start running the numbers, you see that things aren't so desperate as you might think. If you can save these kind of sums, let's go back to the 350 we originally saw. Let's go to age 67. Your money lasts age 66, lasts till age 92, 65, age 81. So you can see those couple years are really crucial. Why? Because you're getting less for Social Security. Just to show you the extreme example, if you want to go out at age 62, your money would only last till age 69. Again, you have to realize this 1,500 is going to grow, yes, but you're not going to get this full amount, this 2781. You're only going to get 70% of that. I think people really need to realize that, especially when you maybe have a smaller amount starting out here. Take for example, you had 50,000 already saved up at age 37. I realize that's getting away from our question, but watch how this age changes. At 50,000 instead of 12,000, now your money lasts until age 90. So yes, it's great to have a greater amount saved at age 37, but the whole point of this video is to show you, even if you just have the 12,000, if you can get going with your savings and start planning on retiring maybe to 67 or 66, your money is going to last with this $12,000 that you have currently. Again, these are the numbers we saw, lasting till age 92 at age 66. Age 65, it goes down to 81. So if you don't have quite so much saved up, but you can save these kind of sums, increase it by 3% a year, look at the kind of numbers you can have by the time you retire. You get 90% of the time, you can be assured that your money would be lasting until at least 92 if we have returns like we had for the last 100 years. But that's what we do on this channel. We love to run numbers for people. And so that's why we set up spreadsheets, because after all, folks, we're all on this financial journey together. All of us want to end up with a comfortable retirement. We especially don't want to work any longer than we need to. And I love to show people their numbers to show them that it might not be as dire as they might think, as somebody right here in this situation might think. That's what we do this channel. Please consider subscribing. Please share this channel with others. Let other people know that we run numbers for them. You want me to run numbers for you? Ask in the comment section. But be sure and come back and check what other people are doing. You can learn a lot from their numbers also. But always remember to take into account Social Security. That's so crucial. It's not going to be totally gone. You may be getting 75% of it, but as we saw right here, even 75% of it makes a big difference, because if you eliminate Social Security completely, keeping all these numbers the same at age 67, it lasts 90% of the time. But once you take Social Security out of the picture, now your money is only lasts until age 82. You'd have to save a whole lot more to get this up there. Again, that's what we do on this channel. Thanks so much for watching. Please share it. Please like the video. And thanks for watching.